How do you define the divine? How does that kind of feel for you on a day-to-day basis?
Well, first and foremost, I am very much aware that we live in a duality existence.
Yeah.
You know, which then brings us into the fact that there are two genders, pretty much by and large, and I'm going by reproductive.
Yeah.
Differences.
Biology.
Yeah. So there is the external and the internal.
Yeah.
There is the incomprehensible, the comprehensible, the 0 and the 1. I mean, literally the body parts do it. The womb with the 0, the phallic with the 1.
Yeah.
So we've got that.
Yeah.
So I see that in everything. I see that duality in everything. So this kind of he God thing, this one single, for me, isn't everything.
Right.
Because nothing is just one.
Mm-hmm.
If it were, we would be self-impregnated, and I'd have 30 children quite happily, and everything would be good.
Yeah.
There are some who do. But even those who self-impregnate, it's because they are the two within the one.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So for me, divinity has a duality to it. It has its incomprehensible and it has its comprehensible.
Yeah.
It has its divine feminine, it has its divine masculine. And I am made in the image of the mother. So I study in depth the divine feminine, although that is something that I came to because all of us come in with the divine masculine package. There's pretty much no divine feminine package unless you're lucky enough to be in a religion that has, you know, multi demigod, and you've got the divine masculine, the divine feminine, and you've
like
got that
in Hinduism,
for example.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank goodness for coming and living in Thornton Heath. I got all my Hinduism.
Of course,
absolutely.
Yeah.
And which was really helpful because, you know, obviously with Christianity, outside of the beloved Mother Mary, who has such a serene.
Yeah, it's a different expression of femininity.
Hence the reason when I saw Kali Ma, I was like, because we don't
that's
look like that when we're pushing out these babies, and you know, and so I needed
a balance.
And what I enjoy about my studies is nothing is thrown out. So I'm not here saying to you, I made an image of the mother, so I therefore now have to get rid of all the father stuff. It's not real, it's not true. No, I now get to, I am my father's child. But I am made in the image of not only my mother, but his mother too. We're all coming from this womb, you know. To not study it, I think, has a lot to do with why we're so externalized with the external phallus, the external patriarchal mind, which is more in the externalization of things, you know, whereas we're more within ourselves, we're more the womb. Now, that being said, we are all both.
We have
so I have to study the divine masculine to understand the divine masculine within me. I have to study the divine feminine to understand the divine feminine within me. I should have probably said them the other way around, be it that the 0 and the 1. Like, well, I think when I got to about 24, I stopped reading. Sorry, guys.
Oh, my dreams now.
I just stopped reading male authors because I'd read a lot of books by male authors with male leads that I loved, which had taught me so much.
It's almost like you got the mainstream and now you wanted to kind of build up the alternative balance.
Well, you know, whether it be Moses, Abraham, Muhammad, Jesus, whether it be Selassie, whether it be Krishna, whether it be Vishnu, whether it be Durga, whoever it be. They don't have periods.
You need to identify.
Give birth. You know, and these are major things.
But as we know, those gospels were written. They just weren't omitted.
Absolutely. So in that journey, I didn't so it didn't make me have to throw everything out. And it wasn't just on everybody else, externalized. Now I'm having to ask myself, why am I not connecting to Sarah, Rebecca, Mary, Eve, Delilah, you know, all of these beings that they've been in this story that has been being told to me. Why have I not connected? So that's my responsibility. You know, is it the connotations? Or as a black woman, you pretty much just have to look the other way. If they say it's bad, read it. You know, because it's probably good for you.
That's probably where you're at. That's where you'll find yourself. Yeah.
You know, don't run away from the wicked evil witch. They probably mean you.
Yeah.
You know, you may want to just like
look into
try Medusa out. It probably means you. You know. I have to study what I'm made in the image of to make sure that I'm appropriating the balance. You know, I find sometimes with us women, because we don't get the chance to study that, we're so powerful. You know, we'll be like, and fire shooting out of our fingers. You know, what happened? I don't even know what I did was. And this power that we have.
But we don't understand.
But we don't understand, that we're afraid of, that we don't know how to hone. You know, I completely disagree with this idea of period pains. I don't think we have PMS. I think there's just a week of every month where we're real. Because we can't pretend. Because there's something going on that's drawing our attention that we need a meditation for to allow for this cleansing that is occurring. So you might just pick up the record, get it yourself. Because you're not necessarily going to get, beloved man, you are everything. You know, you're not that we don't praise each other, but the reality of the fact that we are a full being, full energy, thought, power, manifesting people, the meditations that we have are how people are entering the planet.
That's how life exists.
You know? So for me,
so God is balance for you.
God is balance. God is difference. God is appreciation. God is humility. God is being quiet. It doesn't really seem like that in here.
I don't think either of us have much of that.
Because they've put us in this thing, I would love if there was a unisex word. That I would probably connect to. Because right now we have God and we have goddess. We have this male, female. I think they're both important. I think they're both absolutely real. I study both. The fact that I have serious masculine energy as well as having serious divine feminine energy, understanding that, growing up with people saying, you know, you're really strong, you're really hard, you know,
and those ways that we kind of reduce what
things.
feminine should be, what we
fighting for my normality. You know, you're not normal though. Yes, I am.
Be the wholeness.
I am. I'm being everything I know myself to be. So it for me, divinity it's a funny one, because once you start trying to know it, you know, that ownership of knowledge means you know 7 things. Before you knew those 7 things, you knew everything. You know, but then you knew this and you knew this, and now all of a sudden this is all you know. You know, so I often am in the balance of, right now it's about not being so tripped out about knowledge. Not allowing that knowledge to weight me down into a physical dimension that actually is taking me away from source.
Well, it's really interesting that you say that, because I feel like knowledge and the pursuit of knowledge can sometimes distract you from experience the life that you're here to live. So you know, when you talk about memory and that kind of that act of remembering, I feel like that is a process, not a mind thing. It's not necessarily I'm going to sit here and remember and I'm going to read this and it's going to tell me what I need to know. It's like you actually have to experience that, and that's why we're here on this physical plane, to be able to experience those different experiences and be able to know through feeling, not just 100%. Know through, you know, mental capacity knowing.
And I think that having a body and being in the, I think it's a really great thing. I think it's a great blessing. I think it's a great opportunity, and again, you know, you look at all of these amazing species in nature getting so much done. I mean, getting things done that if they don't get it done,
they ain't got time to
we don't have all the stuff that we think we have, that we're so, the planet was made for us about, you know. There's so many things to get done, and so as busy as the ant is, you know, and you see it in Disney, they always trying to personify it and make it like, you know, they made this film ants, and there's a worker ant who wants to be a soldier, putting all these human ideas in, you know, like,
and I always think that's what we do with God, in a way.
This is what we do.
We put our human emotions.
This is what we do, and belittle, I think.
Of course.
These energies, because you know, you just got dealing with jealousy. That's a bit scary.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching part 4 of my conversation with Natalie the Floacist Stewart. Check out the final part of our conversation in part 5, where Natalie talks about flow, the spoken word vortex, and other future projects. You're watching Soul Heights.